What's up YouTube? For tonight's video, we have a full Pokemon Trainer Green team. And no, I'm not on the green. Anyway, this one is for Patreon. If you want your theme team done, check it out in the description of the video. Hebby, this one is for you. Now, funny story here, people. I had the Trainer Green team, right? But in Japan, green actually means blue. But in English, it actually means green and blue have their own separate team. So I got absolutely, it's a mindfuck, seriously. But I'll get on to this one anyway. You can check that out. That's in just Bulbapedia if you want to look that one up. Okay, if you do want to battle with people, that's in the description of the video too. My chat's there. Leave those theme teams. Any feedback on the video would be wonderful. We have a battle against gods on my chat. Now we have a Kricketune lead. Definitely don't know what that's going to do. And I've got a Horsea lead. So with this Horsea lead, I turned it into a Dragon Dancing set with Flail, Focus Sash. That was my main strategy, and also I had Focus Energy on it too with the Sniper ability. If that strategy didn't work out, I just went for the D-Dance Waterfall just for stab. That was my best option to run on Horsea. Anyway, so doing pretty good damage to Kricketune. I get a flinch there, which is really nice. Now this, I could have gone for a Waterfall there, but this actually frees me up to go for a Focus Energy, which I thought was pretty important. Then I can get a good chance of getting a critical hit. I don't have a 100% chance, but I have a pretty good chance. And if that, critical hits with Sniper stack, it's pretty powerful, even for a Horsea. Anyway, so going for another Waterfall here, which is going to be enough to take out the Kricketune lead. So, decent start. Got rid of the lead. I couldn't stop it from setting up that sticky web, unfortunately, but that's how it is. Okay, so we have Torterra coming out, which is an absolute solid counter for this. I went for Waterfall to try and go for a scummy flinch. That was the best thing I could go for. It absolutely does nothing. Now, Torterra's going to go for the Rock Tomb here. Interesting. And I live on 1 health. And I'm like, damn, son, that's really good. Here I can go for a full powered Flail. It's got leftovers too, so I'm guessing it's rather bulky, like probably a max health, max defensive set. Going for the Flail anyway, and guys, I get that big critical hit, taking Torterra out in one shot. So that was definite luck there. Me living on 1 health and getting the crit there, but that I don't think I had too many Pokemon to actually take that out. Anyway, so we have Persian coming in, which is going to go for Fake Out, taking out Horsea. But Horsea did an absolute amazing job taking out 2 Pokemon and a very bulky defensive Pokemon. So that was really cool. I was very proud of that one. All right, so bringing in Weedle, the most viable Pokemon on my team. We all know that. So I've got Choice Banded, a Bug Bite on this. I also got Poison Sting for lots of damage. Now, this actually gets Electro Web too, so it's quite the Pokemon. I've got Sticky Web on this as well, dropping those speeds, hoping I can get, going for the string shot, swapping a Pokemon afterwards, and hoping I can cause a swap. So causing a swap there with Weedle was always great, going for the Bug Bite on the Regice. I would have liked to seen the Banded Bug Bite on the Alolan Persian. It would have probably done too much, but I say it would have been around a 3-hit KO. Anyway, so we have the Regice going for a Rock Polish there, going for a Bug Bite again on Regice, trying to do as much damage as possible. Also, if he can consume a berry, it's always good too. All right, Regice is going for the Ice Beam, which is absolutely going to annihilate Weedle. It's all good, people. We got a couple of Bug Bites off there, so it wasn't such a bad effort. Swapping in Jigglypuff anyway. This was a bulky special defensive wall set. So we've got Wish on this. I've got Toxic. I've got the Cute Charm. I've got Charm on this as well, and I've also got Hyper Voice just for some stab. And if they try and set up Substitute, at least I can hit them through that. So we have Hypno coming in. Toxic misses, which really sucks there. That does suck. Anyway, so the Hypno is going to be a physical set, so it's going to go for the Zen Headbutt against my Jigglypuff, doing pretty good damage there. I get flinched, so that my Jigglypuff is having absolute garbage luck at the moment. Now, we have another Zen Headbutt coming from the Hypno. I just hang on 6 health. Thank God to get the Toxic off. That was really good. That's all I really wanted to get off. Looking back in hindsight, I probably wouldn't be able to get the Wish and whole Wish combo off, so the best I could probably do was, if it hit, sure, if Toxic hit the incoming Hypno, I definitely would have had a chance, and then I could, I could have gone for a Charm, that could have worked, but that's how it was, and that's my Jigglypuff down. The best I could do in this battle was go for the Toxic. Okay, I actually had some moments where I got the opponent Cute Charmed and they couldn't attack. It was very, very funny. Then I had the Charm on top of that, and I was already bulky in special defense, so it was quite difficult to kill. So that was constantly causing swaps, if you can imagine a Jigglypuff being hard to kill. Anyway, so swapping Granbull, I'm running a Quick Feet special sweeping set. On this one, I've got the Toxic Orb, obviously, to activate that Quick Feet. Now, that does pretty good damage to me. the Zen Headbutt. Granbull is fairly bulky in its stats anyway, so I knew I'd be able to take anything outside of getting flinched or critted. Okay, so I've got my stats up with Work Up. The good thing about Work Up is I'm also hiding that I've got a special set too. And when I use Work Up, it could also mean that I'm running a physical set too. But you guys know me too well. I'm running that special one. So going for a Dazzling Gleam here, going for that stab. Does pretty good damage to Hypno, which is a critical hit. And Hypno's going to go for the Ice Punch on Granbull, which is not going to be enough to take it out. And I'm going to be able to live the next one. And Hypno's going to go down to the toxic damage anyway. I think it may have gone down to the toxic damage anyway, if that wasn't a crit, but I guess I would have outsped it the next turn regardless. Okay, so on this set I had Dazzling Gleam, Work Up, Fire Blast, and Thunder. Greatest set ever. Now we have Electros coming. I was like, well, this can run commonly a physical set. Let's go for Fire Blast, see if I can get a burn. Does too much damage. I thought it'd do a little bit less than that. I actually get a burn, which is really good. That's exactly what I was going for. I didn't think I'd actually get it, but I actually did. Now it's going to go for the Coil, so this is really good. I know that it's a physical set, unless it's some whacked out, just bulky stalling set, something mean like that. Anyway, so getting that extra burn damage now, this is actually put it in range for a 2-hit KO. Now I can go for the Stab Dazzling Gleam on the Electros, and that's going to be way too much for it to live. And of course it lives on 1 health and takes me out with the Crunch, but it's all good. The burn is going to have enough to actually take out the Electros next turn. So Fire Blast almost did the same as Dazzling Gleam, which was pretty funny. I got that burn too, which actually really helped. Just that little bit of extra damage to take out Electros there. Anyway, so we have the Ditto coming in here. Ditto was MVP in a lot of my battles. I've been running the just a non-Choice Scarf Ditto. I know the Choice Scarf normal Ditto is you could do a pretty good job at revenge killing, but I found it quite dangerous not having a Choice Scarf. Like, it was able to use moves like Dragon Dance, Sword Dance, things like that. So anyway, so I had Quick Claw and Ditto just for a little bit of a laugh. The Red Geist is going to go for the Rock Polish here, boosting its speed. Now, on this it had Focus Miss, it had T-Bolt, and also had Ice Beam and Rock Polish, as you already seen. That's what the opposing Regigigas had. Sorry, Reg Ice. Sorry, I love Regigigas so much, I just like mentioning his name. Anyway, so going for the Focus Miss again, Quick Claw activates. However, the Reg Ice is going to swap Income Persian. Mate, damn, that is a risky swap in, because that is 4 times weak, and it misses. I'm like, oh, that was so important there. Anyway, so the Persian's going to go for the Fake Out against Reg Ice. Not doing too much. Here I can go for the Focus Blast, or I could go swap out. I decided not to swap out because it's Reg Ice. Well, Reg Ice is good against both Pokemon, right? So like, why would I swap out? There's actually no point. Now, Reg Ice is going to get hit by a Z move here, but however, it's not going to be an attacking move. It's going to be Z Parting Shot. Now, what Z Parting Shot does, not only its normal thing by dropping my stats on and swapping the Pokemon out, it actually heals up the Pokemon that comes in. So it's a really cool Z move. I really like that. I actually changed my opinion on Z moves. At the start, I thought they were a bit meh, right? I was like, it's a bit weak in the mechanic. But I actually really like them now because you can do so many different little things. So I definitely take back what I thought at the start. It's quite grown on me. I actually like it a lot more than Mega Evolutions. You know, not that was a hard thing to win anyway. Anyway, so we have the Reg Ice coming in here. Since my stats are basically poo, I've got to swap out and go into my last Pokemon, which is Blastoise. This is a physical Blastoise. Power Up Punching, Waterfall, Ice Punch, Earthquake with the Groundium Z, just for, you know, swapping like bulky electric types, or not that there's so many bulky ones. It's mainly Ampharos. That Pokemon is a pain in the ass. Okay, anyway, so we have the Reg Ice going for the Thunderbolt here. I knew that I'd be able to live that because Blastoise it's just bulky all round anyway, even for a sweeping set. So going for my Z move here, I knew this wouldn't actually, you know, this would do some heavy damage to it, but I wasn't sure if it was going to be enough to take it out. You know, it being not stabbing anything. I didn't get any power-up punches up either. However, I was really banking on my Ditto right to come in after this and see if I could clean up. Anyway, so the Iceberg is going to turn into a rock there, basically, and we have the Reg Ice just living that one. Now I can either go for the Ditto swap in after here, or I could go for the Focus Blast right on the Reg Ice. I know they've already got that. Or I could go for a different move. Since Focus Blast is super effective against both, right, I thought that would be the best option to go to. Alolan Persian wouldn't have a safe swap in, and, you know, it's super effective against Reg Ice, so it's just at the cost of the accuracy. However, I didn't have too many options at this point in the game. So I'm transforming into Regi again. I've also got the Quick Claw. So going for Focus Miss, it hits this time, thank God, and that's going to be enough to take out the Reg Ice. So that's really cool. So the last Pokemon is the Alolan Persian, which dodged my Focus Miss earlier on. So I'm going to see what moves it actually has to take me out. Now, I already know that it's got the Fake Out, so it's going to get that little chip damage at the start, causing me to 100% flinch, and then it's whatever move it has after that. Okay, so it's going to go for the fake out, obviously there, getting a little bit more damage. Now it's going to go for the feint attack. It doesn't have the greatest physical move pool in the game. I'm going to be able to land the focus miss, and that is the Lol Impersion. Definitely going to go down to that one, and that is game. I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. Man, there was so much hacks either side, and the battle was like flowing either way. It was really cool. I didn't even care if I won or lost that one. It was just a very entertaining battle. I got to use most of my Pokemon sets too. Okay, so we have a battle against a Beware on my chat, or Be Aware. You guys, make sure you be aware of this battle. So we have a Silvally lead, the normal type, and we have the Weedle lead here, people. Trying to get some viability out of this. However, Silvally is going to be mean to my little Weedle, and it's going to take it out with the Rock Slide. I was hoping it would miss there so I could eat a berry if I did have one. So Weedle is down, greatest lead in the world here, and also greatest matchup 2017. So swapping in Ditto, I want to see what this Silvally has. If it has something like Sword Dance, it'd be nice. Might be able to sweep through the rest of the team with it. Okay, so it turned out it had like an explosion on this set, which is pretty funny. It also had Parting Shot, so I thought I could go for Parting Shot here, right? And then I could swap another Pokemon in, because I got a feeling they're going to go for Explosion, because, you know, burying a Ditto, and especially this team, it was absolute garbage, right? Ditto was probably a key player in this team because I could easily swap, copy the opponent's stats, so copy their, more powerful Pokemon and go through sweeping their team. Anyway, so swapping in Granbull, and I just lived there just due to that Parting Shot and Granbull's bulky health there. So that is the Silvally down. So I was very glad about that one. So I had the Toxicorp already activating, but I didn't take any poison turn damage this turn, obviously. Now we have Marowin. It's definitely not going to use Aqua Jet. I never ever saw that one coming, but there was no point really swapping out Granbull on 6 health. So I just let it die. So I thought I could swap in another Pokemon to get things happening again. So that was the cost of I lost my Granbull over my Ditto, but I thought Ditto was, the last couple of battles I did, it was more MVP than Granbull was. Anyways, so we have the Marill going for a Brick Break, which does lots of damage. Going for the Toxic here. So I was thinking, does this Marill have Belly Drum? If it doesn't, that's good. But if it does, I should definitely get a Toxic on it. If it goes for the Belly Drum, at least I got the Toxic happening, and I might be able to stall out a couple of turns or swap Ditto in or something like that. That would be handy. Anyway, so it's going for the Brick Break, which is not going to do anything. I don't even have any defensive investment, but this thing obviously doesn't have, it's got hardly any attack. Going for Hyper Voice, which is it's like a 3-hit KO. This thing's got dreadful defenses. Anyway, so the Jigglypuff set was pretty fun, right? If you want to try, I've actually tried Jigglypuff out a few times in Little Cup. It's terrible, but it is quite funny to use it. Anyway, so going for the Hyper Voice again, and it just lives, but the Toxic could have been enough to take out the Marill, which is cool there. So I was definitely well prepared if it was going to be a Belly Drum set. I was on that one. Don't you worry about that. I think I probably would have lost, maybe that, obviously Jigglypuff and maybe another Pokemon, but then the Toxic would be racking up that time. Anyway, so Poking comes in. It's going to poke me with a Poison Jab, and that does some pretty good damage to me. Obviously, I'm special defensive. I get the Toxic up on the Seeking, which is good. So once again in this game, I had no room to set up the Wish. I mean, Wish and Protect work they work hand in hand, but I couldn't really, I couldn't really fit it on this set. I had other moves, and I wanted to run something. I wanted to run Charm on this set, so I guess that was the price. I could have gone for Wish then Protect and try to work around that. Anyway, Jigglypuff goes down. We all know that creep mattered. So I've got 3 more Pokemon left, and we have 4 left on the opposing side of the field. Now I thought, well, this would be a good opportunity, right? I could send in Ditto here to copy this, this Mighty Seeking stats, or I could swap in Horsey and see if I get my Flail strategy happening, because outside, I know Seeking very well. I know all its moves it gets. I know that it wouldn't have a much physical side to hit me other than like Poison Jab, like Mega Horn or something like that. Mega Horn's very, very shaky accuracy too. The only thing I was worried about here was getting poisoned by Poison Jab. That was probably my key worry. Anyway, so I got the Dragon Dance off. Poison Jab just a very, very close min-max roll there, so I wasn't actually sure what the min-max roll could be. It could be like a 2-hit KO, a good chance of a 2-hit KO, or it could be a 3-hit KO. I took a very, very big risk here and went for the Focus Energy. I want to get that Sniper action happening, so now the Seeking is going to go for another Poison Jab. I just tank this one of 4 health and I don't get poisoned. I'm like, yes, this is so good. I'm in perfect range here to go for the Horsey sweep with the Flail. Now, actually, I was very, very close to getting a couple of Horsey sweeps with this one. I've actually done a Horsey sweep before a long time ago, like a special one. Kind of similar to the set, but it's a special, and it's still using the crit strategy. Okay, so we have Seeking down, going down to that Flail, which is fairly strong. Now we have the Noodles coming out, which is the Tangler. So even I know Tangler so well. even with a, not even, like a max health set and a max special attack, not even a defensive wall would be able to take that really easy, even a crit. Unfortunately, I don't get a crit, and it's probably going to have regenerated too, so it's going to be a real big pain in the ass to try and get around this. So if that was a special horsey with Ice Beam, that would have been another story, but it was a physical one. Okay, so I've got Ditto here. I was like, I might as well check what moves they got. It could carry knockoff. That would be handy. Like, I could get rid of its item. Sometimes it carries. It's quite a good, item on Tangler. You can get rid of the Everlights and just knock off the opponent's items anyway. Okay, so it's going to have, this is what its set was, right? It was like Giga Drain, Sleep Powder, Leech Seed, and Ancient Power, right? So it was an interesting set. So going for the Ancient Power anyway, I thought, might as well do it. I get an Ancient Power boost the first time. Like, sweet, this is really good. I'm going to be bulky. This is going to be, this is going to be really good because I can go for the Tangler and try and take it out. This is my best option. I didn't have too many options really left. Okay, so going for the Ancient Power again. I don't get another boost, but I wasn't expecting one. Like, I was already happy with getting one. So the Ancient Power is not doing as much now, which is good. I get the Quick Claw activation. I don't think that mattered at all because I already got the Ancient Power boost. And going for another one. I knew this probably wouldn't be enough to kill unless it was like a critical hit. And I was wrong there. It actually was enough damage to take it out. So sometimes you have I don't know if you guys are some of you are quite new to Pokemon. You have like a min and max roll, right? So damages aren't all set the same. It's quite cool. So sometimes you can think you're going to live a move or it's not going to be enough, but you'll get the minimum damage and then you get a maximum damage or you get like 2 mins in a row. It's a cool little, I guess that's a luck aspect of the game too. Okay, so we have a Goomy here, which is going to use Toxic against me. So, I started thinking a couple of turns in advance, like I always do. Like a good Pokemon player will always think 2, 3, 4, 5 moves in advance at least. That's how you can get stuff ready, especially for counters. So we have Goomy here, which is actually a pretty good counter for my Ditto, and I can't really do too much. Now on the set it had a counter set, so I was worried that my Blastoise were going to get countered right if I use Ice Punch against it. And I knew that it probably was an Everlight set too, so that was something weighing on my mind too. I was like, I don't want to lose to a Goomy with counter because that's what I should be doing. That's my role, right? So anyway, swapping in Ditto, I want to transform into it and I want to poison the opposing Goomy, right? So it's going to go for Protect. Obviously, it's a Toxic, stalling set with that. Now I had counter and it also had Flail. Now I knew that Flail probably wouldn't do too much damage, even on 1 health, unless they were running like max attack or something, which I don't think they were. I think they're running mainly bulk, just judging on the damage I did on the game. Anyway, so getting the Toxic up on the Goomy, which is good. I already seen what obviously I can see what their moves are as well, so I can anticipate where it's going to be like one of like the Rain Dance Hydration set, which it wasn't. That's also another reason why I swapped it in too. Anyways, so I've got the Poison up. So here I thought, well, they're going to go for another Protective set, right? They're going to try and just storm me out. So I thought, they've got one more Pokemon left, and I don't want to be stuck into a Goomy. So the last Pokemon I was a little bit worried about. It was a chance that it could have a boosting move, right? So I kept Ditto back, and that was, that was my insurance, whether Blastoise went down to a counter. So here I was thinking for a bit of like, I could go for Power Punch. Let's just go for Ice Punch anyway. This should be enough to take it out or get very close. It just misses the kill, and they're going to go for Flail instead. So I actually didn't show off my Blastoise set to the very end. I mean, if I'd shown it off earlier, they could have easily gone for a counter, right? So that was good. And Goomy is down. If that was the case, I had my Ditto ready for the last Pokemon. Okay, so anyway, the last Pokemon is Whiscash. Now, I know Whiscash can run a Dragon Dance set. It can run a Banded set. However, I went for the Z move here on the Earthquake just to do as much damage as I could possibly to it if it did set up a Dragon Dance, right? And then I could swap my Ditto in because I know that's got fairly nice base defense just for a sweeper or a tanky set. So I thought, well, if Blastoise even goes down to a Dragon Dance, the next one like a Dragon Dance and Earthquake or something like that, I can bring Ditto in and go for the Speed Type or the Quick Claw, and I won't have to one-hit KO. I can do some solid damage to it. Okay, so it does really nice damage there. However, it's going to go for the Earthquake itself, and that's going to do like a lot of damage to me. So the next hit is probably going to be enough to kill. It's also got the leftovers too, so I knew Waterfall would not kill from this range, but it would do some solid damage and put it in range of the Ditto. And it was to be determined whether the Earthquake was actually going to be able to take my Blastoise out. I get a flinch there, which is definitely game-changing for the Whiscash. However, I think I would have lived the Earthquake, and I still had Ditto left too. So it was definitely a question there whether it was going to take me out and whether the Ditto was going to be able to outspeed the turn after. But regardless, it was a very good game. I hope you guys enjoyed both battles, and I'll catch you later. Peace.